Hi there, it's Tanya Taylor from Grow Your Wealth TV, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about what to do if you have low income and you want to start saving for retirement. If you're not familiar with my channel, I talk about eliminating debt, savings, investing, and having a sound financial plan so that you can retire worry-free. Please subscribe, share my videos. If you find the content useful, please comment as well. And if you want to be notified of new content, just hit the bell when you subscribe. Let's dive right in. Now, if you have low income and you want to try to find some way to save for retirement, here are two things that I would recommend to you. If you have high credit card debt, you want to come up with a plan to pay that debt down. Now, the question might arise as to whether or not you should be investing at the same time that you're paying off the debt. And while I would not discourage someone from investing and paying off debt, you really need to look at your individual situation and determine if it makes financial sense. And what I mean by that is, let's say you had a credit card debt that the interest rate was fairly low, or you had a great deal where you have a 0% balance transfer and you have a plan to pay that off, then absolutely you want to be paying off the debt at the same time that you are investing. On the other hand, you have a credit card and you have $10,000 on that credit card and you're being charged 24% in interest rate and you're paying $250 per month. It would take you almost 7 years to pay that credit card off if you never charge another thing on the card. In addition to that, it will cost you over $10,000 in interest. If you compare that to investing in whatever it is that you're investing in, if you're only getting a 8% return, that 8% return compared to the 24% does not make any sense. So from a financial perspective, it would not make sense to be investing while at the same time paying off the debt. Instead, what you would want to do is take all that money that you're putting in your investment and just dump it into paying off the debt. And once you pay that debt off, then you start investing. I am definitely a proponent of paying off debt and investing at the same time, but I think that the decision has to make some sort of logical sense, and financially it also have to make sense, or else you're literally just throwing money down the drain by trying to take a longer time to pay off the debt when you could have used those funds to pay off the debt and start investing. I hope that makes sense to you. Comment below and let me know what your thoughts are on that. The next thing that I want to talk about is, let's say your debt situation is under control, but you're still not making a lot of money and you feel like there's no way that you can invest because your expense is greater than your income. If you check this video out, it talks about ways that you can find money in your budget. I pretty much guarantee you, if you watch that video, there's going to be something there that you're going to find that you're doing that you can discontinue doing and find some money. Then that might also spur some thoughts in your head that even if those things don't resonate with you, there are other things that you might think about that you are spending on that you do not need to be spending on. And then once you identify those things, instead of taking that money and spending it, take that money, earmark it for investing, and just really start investing. If your employer offers any type of retirement plan, take advantage of the retirement plan. At least invest in the amount that your employer is going to match. And then, if you are disciplined enough, what you can do, because your income is low, is to take any additional cash that you have and invest it in a Roth IRA. And the reason why I suggest a Roth IRA is that you invest after tax, but that amount is going to grow tax-free. And if your income is going to increase over time, then you'll get that benefit of having that income grow tax-free. And when you withdraw it, it will also be tax-free. Now, if you're not a disciplined person and you feel like if that money is not taken out of your paycheck right away, you're going to end up spending it, then what I would say to you is invest as much as you can in your employer-sponsored plan. You never see that money, and so you're never tempted to touch that money. So no matter how much you make, there are things that you can do to find money in your budget to start putting it away. Just get into the mindset that you have to pay yourself first. And once you start shifting that mindset and you start paying yourself first, then you'll be able to put something away for retirement. And here's a simple example of what could happen if you find $100 in your budget per month. And let's say you're 40 years old and you consistently invest this $100 per month. Now, not considering inflation, I'm just going to do a very, very simplified example. If you put away $100 per month for from the time that you're 40 until you get to age 67, and if you're making a very modest 7% return on your investment, by the time you get to 67, you will have close to $100,000. Keep that in your mind. Keep it in the back of your head. Keep it someplace. Write it on a wall. Put it on a vision board. Because doing nothing would not get you that almost $100,000. Is $100,000 enough to retire with? No. But is it better than having $0? Absolutely. And that's what you want to start just kind of shifting how you think about things. And instead of just saying, I'm unable to save anything, I'm unable to do anything, instead, just flip it around and empower yourself. Find a way to invest. And if it's not $100, start with 50 or start with 25. And eventually you'll find yourself starting to invest more, and then you start saving for retirement, so you're not one of those people in the population who are completely panicked about retirement and who will retire and not even be able to take care of their basic necessities. If you find this video helpful, please comment below. Also, check out my other videos in my retirement series where I talk about how to plan for retirement in your 30s, in your 40s, and in your 50s. Continue to shift that mindset so that you can start saving for retirement.